Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Hi, this is Amit Doshi, and I wanted to thank each and every one of our listeners. It's been 2 years since I founded IVM, and it's been an amazing 2 years. We wanted to learn a little bit more about who is listening to our shows, and so we put together a short survey. The survey is anonymous, and we aren't going to be collecting any personal information. I would really appreciate it if you could take a couple of minutes out of your day and go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and fill it out. Thanks, and please keep listening.
You're listening to TFG Football.
In the preview show of Cambodia versus India, we spoke about 3 points. Now, if you remember, if you don't, I will repeat it again. We said India needs to do these 3 things. 1, not score less than 3 goals. Okay. 2, we need a clean sheet. And 3, Robin Singh should be scoring. But I think, yes, we scored 3 goals. Now, this is a review show. Of course, you're listening to the TFG Indian Football podcast. I have Kevin in the studio. Chiranjit, as usual, joining via Skype. So bear the figure, whatever sound that you hear. But coming back to the 3 points. Now, India did score 3 goals. But, hey, you know what? It was 3-2. Not a clean sheet. And Robin Singh probably played his worst. I mean, he was not there. He was not there anywhere. He was hounded by these short defenders of Cambodia who jumped even higher than him to take the ball. And he was left astounded over there, and he looked amazed at that. Now, Chiranjit, starting with you, okay? Yes, it's a great win. After 2005, we are winning an away international friendly right now. So it comes as a huge boost for Team India. First half, I think probably I'm not the right person to judge the national team play, because I've seen less of them playing. But as much as I've seen, I think this is the worst first half they ever played, right?
I certainly have worse memories, but it definitely wasn't, the kind of solid start we had expected, the kind of start that would send a message out to Myanmar that yes, we are ready for it. We're ready to take the campaign head on of Asian Cup Qualifiers. But I think the problem went with the back four selection. I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, and I was sort of picking a back four of my choice. But I said he has taken 9 defenders on this tour, and I would be damned if Stephen Constantine does not give some of the new guys a chance. And that's where I think things went a bit wrong. Anaseda Todika got a debut. But the problem was that Fulganko Cardozo was completely, out of place. Out of place. Yeah, he did not seem like he was, in his element at all. I mean, just the way he was trying to even tackle the players of opponents did not, have much effect at all. And he even gave away a penalty. Not long after the game started, and it was India's good luck that the referee did not spot it, or that would have been 1-0 right there. And Arnab Mandal, I mean, Narayan Das, you can complain about, but he's still a young kid. He's growing up, he's learning, not so experienced. But Arnab Mandal, I mean, he should have been much better from the start. When you have other players who are not, at their best, you have to watch out for them. Right. As a defender on the pitch, and playing at right back, he was the channel. Okay, they had that player Chan Vatanka who was wreaking havoc from the left flank from the first minute of the game, and I don't know if it was the artificial turf or something, but Arnab Mandal did not want to really go ahead and tackle. Okay, because just the way the equalizer came, if you remember, we got the goal early because seriously, that was basically a gift. Yeah. It was total good luck. The ball slipped through the goalkeeper's hands and just fell to Chetri, who just happened to knock it in. But after that, the equalizer came from the restart of the game without any Indian player even touching the ball.
Yeah.
And there is no reason why you should blame it totally on Arnab Mandal. But both the goals had a start up the left flank. And in both cases, Arnab Mandal was seen just running backwards as the left winger advanced. Okay, I don't know he ever does that. Okay, he may just adjust his position, but he does go in with the tackle before the pass is made. But this time he was just there. It seemed like forever. He was just backtracking and staying in front of the attacker and just not going in for the tackle. So he did not seem fully sure of himself. And Fulgangu Cardozo wasn't there, and that was enough to destabilize the entire back.
Yeah.
Okay, and because the other point was that one of the pressure points of this Cambodia team is that the midfield comes under pressure very easily. Like if you have a classic midfield which really knows how to keep their cool, keep their shape. Cambodian midfielders cannot keep up that way. So what happened was that who started in the wings? Like CK Vinith was playing in the wing.
Yeah.
He's not a winger.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the wings looked paralyzed for Team India. There was nobody.
Yeah,
they really missed Jackie Chan.
No, look who was. Look who started.
Yeah.
Like we had Sunil, we had Robin as the target man, Sunil Chetri behind him, and with him there were Daniel Lalimpuya and CK Vinith. So Daniel and Vinith were supposed to look after wings. They are not wingers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, see, so what? The entire thing did not make sense, which meant we had 4 natural attackers starting and only 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
We had Eugenson and Roland Borges.
Yeah.
None of whom were in peak form.
Yeah, they looked helpless, and there was so much room given to Cambodia players that they had enough space to pass the ball.
Yeah, we were outnumbered in the midfield completely, and we had bad. We had wing backs. Arnab Mandal, we had who was not at peak form, and we had bad wingers. Who basically are not even supposed to play there. So I count like at least 4 players who were played out of position, and that's what happened in the first half.
Yeah, Kevin,
it was. Yeah.
So Kevin, 2 things to you, and then you can give your brief thoughts on the match. We've seen Lindo play. Okay, he's a phenomenal player. He's one guy who at least probably he's a man who play like an invisible role, but his role means a lot to the team. Okay, or else I think it's like what we saw yesterday. That's just that's not being invisible, but probably being visible into being in the bad books, like doing the fouls. The number of free kicks that they got, I think most of them came from Lindo, and he just looked out of the place. He looked really helpless in that midfield.
Actually, Lindo and Borges, they made a chaotic midfield yesterday, and a lot of space was created right in the center of the field. That is why Cambodia were able to get to us, and they were easily walking past our players. They were not even trying to dribble. They were just walking past our players at such slow speed that we were looking as if we just
made them look really good in front of India.
Really terrible. It really didn't look like India has been playing for so long.
Yeah.
I'm just praying that this game happened. If we had gone into the Myanmar game without playing a friendly, I think the result could have been even worse. I'm not saying that it's going to be very good, but at least this game gives us all the highlights that are the problem where the problem lies. And Lindo is actually the second worst player in yesterday's performance for India. First, obviously, being Robin Singh. He was not present in his place.
He was not there in the game. Not at all.
Where he was there, players as half of his height could easily win the ball, and that I see as a major problem for India. I could not see the forward line winning any headers. Only when Jingan was brought into the second half, I could see aerial duels being won. The second problem that I saw with India was the high line that we were playing was breached many times. You've seen the long strides of Sandhu,
Yeah.
Had he not made those runs off his line, I think we would be in trouble.
Yeah, and it would be more goals in the first half.
Easily.
In spite, we spoke about the first goal being gifted to India. The second, the equalizer that came, there would have been more goals before we could score. That goalkeeper's lapse was like probably in disguise a gift, and we got it.
It was like you had one job to do, man, and the keeper messed it up.
One about Ling though. One good thing was that he was still beside himself with set pieces. Like 2 of the goals came from corners taken by him. So that's still a redeeming factor. But seriously, you could just see that in the second half when JJ and
Jingan came in.
Sandesh came in. Suddenly the flow was different because now we had
Vineet was replaced by Jackie Chan.
I think Jackie Chan made the difference to get the Indian play stabilized.
Yeah, the
had
flanks.
he not done that change, we would have been still chasing the ball for most of the game.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he was doing all the work. Up and down
he did the second goal. He created it. 3-4 players he dribbled past, and then he fed JJ Alpeklo, who happily knocked it in.
Yeah.
Beautiful goal that was.
Yeah.
Even in the second half, the second half was actually, I hear this comment always in commentary. It was a game of 2 halves. I should never understand what does this mean. And after watching this game, I've clearly understood the meaning. It was clearly a first half, belonging to Cambodia. I don't know how they were not ahead in the game. They were easily reaching the final third of India.
Yeah.
The finishing was not there. Yeah.
That was
the problem. Had they put in those early goals, it would have been a much different story for India.
Yeah, and second half, we come back. We spoke about it right now. It was then we felt like, okay, this is the team India we are talking about. This is the team that we're saying that, yes, Cambodia needs to feel the pinch that we are playing Team India. And there is a reason why we say they are probably one chance we get in and we can barge into their defense line. And yes, we saw that. So I think, what are the learnings, Chiranjit, that you think as a coach Stephen Constantine will be taking from this match? Going ahead into...
First, this was a friendly, you could mess around. Do not play players out of position, please.
Yes.
Not in the Asian Cup qualifiers, but I trust that he won't do that. He just wanted to see things, see how things were, and put the players in a tough situation and get their rusts off, because we're playing for the first time after 6 months. So he tried that. It won't be the case. He will play the best 11 against Myanmar. So we are okay on that front. The second would be that. I don't know. He will have to work very hard on some of the defenders.
Yeah.
Okay, and you cannot just rely on the experienced ones to deliver on match day.
And also put pressure too much on Sandhu.
Yeah, Sandhu was like, did you see towards the end of the game he was pissed?
Yeah.
Right from
the start he was. Every kick that he took, every catch that he took off the ball, he was annoyed.
No, he was like completely yelling at he made a save. I remember that number 8 or 9, number 8 guy. He sort of made a break from central defense, I think,
right in front of the box.
He just and he took a terrible shot. He almost had a one-on-one with Gurpreet. He took a bad finisher, and Gurpreet saved it. And he was just looking at Cardozo, what the hell are you doing? He was just like throwing his arms around, like, what? मैं क्या इधर अकेला खड़ा है? हाँ, दरवाजा guard करने. So it was very obvious that so many departments, the important players were left stranded, and it was a bit bad, bit chaotic to look at. But I'm not sure how much of it is because Stephen Constantine just wanted to give certain players a little bit of game time at the expense of just playing a strong 11 from the get-go. But that's what friendlies are for. You want to see new players in action. What happened was that after the recent performance of Cambodia, they were a bit underestimated, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, 173rd ranked, got 7 goals from Saudi Arabia. But these guys have worked since then, and they have been spending a lot longer time together than we have. So this team is getting better. Although I don't think they're going to make it to the Asian Cup. They're not that good yet, and they don't have enough time. But we could have really had a price to pay if had Constantine not started to make the substitutions just 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, a scoreline.
So that is a positive. That is a positive that Stephen Constantine is reading the game and reacting to it no matter what time it is, because you have certain coaches who have that tendency that, okay, for first 55 minutes I'll let this team try its best. So had that happened, we may have been in serious trouble.
Now, Kevin, your thoughts on what are your takeaways?
There was one moment which was a very embarrassing moment, not for a coach, for anybody who plays football, a foul throw. For me, I would just close my eyes or just look away. I know this is not my team playing. It is the basic of the basic errors that anyone can make. It's not even amateur football that you see foul throws being happening, and it was international level. Just keeping that aside. Apart from that, I really believe there is a problem in the central midfield. Borges is young, Lindo is experienced, but yesterday the way he was using his hands to stop players, you can easily go in the book, and an early yellow card already puts you under pressure. You really have to sort that midfield in the middle, and again, as Chiranjeev pointed out properly, the wingers. The wingers have to be the players who are playing regularly on that position, not players out of position. And Anas and Jingan, perfect combination. Play them. Excellent. And Sandhu really has to work on those catches. We've seen him miss. Although he saved us, he missed. He did save us on 2 occasions when he came out of his line and saved those clearances. But he missed simple catches as well. Apart from that, I think we're okay. We're not doing very good, but can go.
But as we've said that, as we've already mentioned that, this is not the final 11, or this is not the experienced 11 that we're going to play when we play Myanmar, because this was a testing time for Stephen Constantine and his staff. So I think just rightly as we took away the points, like he was quick to react to what mistakes he learned from, and which is good. Secondly, this is not the final team that's going to put. But thirdly, he should take away from star players the performances like, what Robinson gave or what Lindo gave out there. Or just say that, we need people in the right positions playing the right thing, doing the right job. Or else this is how we're going to be handicapped. Okay, if a team like Cambodia can do harm in the first half, I think imagine what at a later level, what Myanmar can do. So I think these were our thoughts. And if you want to read more about it, it's there on our website, a match report that turned into a TFG take. You can read that on our website, thefangarage.com. Now, for more updates about Indian football, you can follow TFG Football on Twitter, and you can talk to us directly as well. Boza_Kevin, Chiranjeev Oja, Siju Matthew 94. These are our Twitter handles. Now, if you're listening to our show on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you get updates of a new episode. You can also listen to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Audio Boom, and various other podcasting apps. Download the IVM podcast app on iOS and Android. Have a great day. Cheers.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcasts, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcasts galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.